Hello, everyone, and welcome back to more Mini Motorways. Today we are heading back into Cape Town to retry the Tunnel Trouble Challenge. The last time we did it, we did absolutely terrible, only making it to 950, which scored us in the bottom 20%, which is really not great. So we're going to be trying to get a slightly better score than that this time around. I'd really like to get something around like 15 or 1600. Normally my usual like, oh, I'd be happy with that score is normally around like 2K or so. But even going from 900 to like 1500, I would be pretty happy with for this challenge specifically, because man, it was tough. I don't immediately love this spawn, if I'm honest. It's not great. I mean, we can run the tunnels slightly closer this way if we need to, but like it's just not fantastic. This is okay. We got a nice long open stretch here. We can run this house sort of down this way and then run this one up and around this way. So if we need to get an extra road through here, we can. I'm a little concerned about us getting some green spawns up here and then like the business down here or something like that. Some variation on that. Yeah, there it is. Like my predictions are they're so accurate now. Now that I'm starting to get back into playing the game quite a bit, and I'm somewhat knowledgeable on where the different colors of businesses tend to spawn. I don't know. I kind of feel like it's a superpower or something. Just knowing how the game might try to screw you over. Probably not as it's definitely not as cool as it feels, but it does feel pretty cool. We're doing okay. Okay. I don't hate that. I don't love it, but I don't hate it either. We can run up and around, or under and around, sort of like this. If we need to get another color into here, I'd really love if this business would spawn as a gray. Because if it did, then we could run... Well, no, I guess we couldn't do that because we would still have to run this in here. I don't know. That's a really good yellow, though. This one, now we can run this yellow up and into here. All of these tiles can go. And then that green isn't even bad either. We can do something like this. I'm gonna run a little offshoot road off of this yellow just so that we don't get trapped in here. And I'm also going to run a little access road here. Ideally, I would have run 2 roads here, but I completely forgot about the fact that you do not get any bridges. You don't get any bridges. No other upgrades besides tunnels. And tunnels are great, but not when you have to go through all of this. And we do get quite a lot of spawns up on this top part of the map, especially towards the late game. We start getting like, I think a blue and then a green down here, and then the populations for them sort of spawn up here, which is really scary. But for now, we're not going to worry about it. We've got our little access road. Hopefully it works out for us. We'll see. I do kind of like these greens. It did spawn as a gray. Okay. We have options. We have options. I think the best thing to do is to just run 2 separate roads here. Something like that. So that neither of these are connected. Ideally, we would find a different population for this gray business. And then just like motorway it in or something so that this double destination could have all 3 of these houses for itself. This is a really, really short road though. So if we get even like 1 or 2 more houses here in this corner, this gray will probably be fine for the rest of the game. This yellow might need a little more help just because it's a slightly longer distance. But even then, like, this should be okay. I do think at some point all of these greens are probably going to have to go down and into here. And whatever population we get here is going to have to go up and into this. Ooh. Oh, that's not good. Okay. I think we're going to have to go this way for that one. Around this yellow and then sort of off to the side a little bit. I completely forgot to throw a little access road in here, but it's okay because we can go through the mountain if we need to. I still think we're doing okay. That's an okay yellow. I really wish there was like one more tile of space between this green and this yellow, because then this would be super easy. We would just run, even like 2 tiles of space would make it like perfect, because we could run the blue down this way and the yellow up this way and then this over that way. But unfortunately, that is not the case, and we are going to have to sacrifice some of our yellow population that we had previously reserved for this level 2, send it up to there until we get some other yellow population to send to here. We could send this one up and around, but that is a lot of road tiles to sacrifice this early in the game when we're not really sure where and how all of our population is going to spawn. I really like this. This is a fantastic white spawn. This is excellent. I really should be throwing in more access roads. This challenge, trying to get to 15 or 1600 on this challenge may take me a couple of attempts. So if there's any weird cuts in this video, that's what it is. This blue is terrible. I'm just gonna do this for now, because I don't really see a way to make the blue better. We could run it. That gray just leveled up. Okay. This gray is now the new priority, I fear. We do eventually get a blue population through here somewhere, I believe. I would really like to get some like access roads going through here though. I know we can just jut into the mountain, but that doesn't really help us if all of our houses are spawning in here anyway. So we're just gonna do that for now. We could run this blue around this way instead of connecting it here, but I think we get this blue population fairly quickly. So I'm gonna hope that that is what happens and we get the blue population fairly quickly. These grays are interesting. There's a decision we can make here is to send these grays through the mountain and into... That is a terrible tunnel, but just to convey the idea, we can send them into here, or we can connect them to these yellows or something like that, and then all of this gray population can go to this level 2. But I'm not sure that's necessary right now. I'll have to decide soon though, because there's a house is probably going to spawn in one of these 2 spots, and then we're going to be sort of cut off from that idea. We could do something like this, where we go up and around and connect into this yellow in case this gray starts needing a little more help. And even then we could like throw a roundabout in here. See, there's our blue population. There it is. Okay. That green is actually great. That green is excellent. You can run these all together. Something like that. And there. I would like to see a little more blue spawning down here, but this is fine. This is perfect. I have no problems with this whatsoever. I do think at some point we will probably have to run these yellows back down. That gray isn't even terrible either. Like, I don't love it because we're gonna have to assume that these guys can handle this, which is gonna be a lot of traffic on one road, especially for a double destination. But just in terms of distance for this business specifically, it's fantastic. I'm getting lots of gray here. I really do wish these businesses, or even like these two, this green had spawned one tile upwards. We could run a second road through here and not have to have these connected literally right onto each other, but there's not really much I can do about it to make it better. So that's kind of just how it's gonna have to be, I fear. That is a fantastic white spawn. Look at this. We're getting lucky here. I was a little scared we were getting kind of unlucky at the start, but now we're getting fairly lucky actually. That's a decent white spawn. We're getting a nice little like backup yellow population here. Of course, we won't get any motorways because we don't get any extra upgrades or anything like that. But you know, if we have to find a way to get these yellows into somewhere, we have unlimited tunnels. We can make something happen, you know. Like if we have to run, oh gosh, for instance, all the way down here and then under this and then up and then into here, we can make that happen. Because we're not really struggling for road tiles right now. That's not a fantastic gray. It's not terrible, but it's really not great. I think I'm gonna try and take some of the traffic pressure off of this intersection specifically by turning a couple of these away. And then we're going to have to figure a way to separate this gray population or just accept that it's going to be a little messy, which I really don't want to accept. So I think we're going to do this, which doesn't help us at all. We could do this. That's okay, I think. Disconnect that and then run that up there. I think that's okay. It's not perfect, but I think it's okay. This green is decent as well. If we need to, we could potentially do something like this, but it's not really necessary right now. I would like to get these greens onto here, or a little more green population up here, and then something with getting some more greens to one of them. But that white, what do we do about that white? What do we do? I think best option is probably to run a tunnel through here and then up. We'll run it as close to the shore as we can, just so that we don't lose any space for houses to spawn in here. Hopefully we don't get any businesses in there because that would really suck. In fact, I'm probably just gonna place a little blocker here so that we don't get any businesses in there. And then I'll probably just leave that connected for now. This is gonna be a little difficult for this to handle, just because it is such a small population at the moment. So I'm gonna connect this in right here, but eventually this should be okay to handle itself. Do something like this to get the whites a little more room to spawn in here. This just leveled up to a level 2. That's a little scary. We get more road tiles. That's good. I'm thinking we might need to take some steps to get a little extra population like permanently down into here, because eventually this is probably going to level up and then all of these are going to have to go this way, because we're just not going to have any white population that's close enough to do anything else. I'm even thinking about doing something like this so that we have more room for it to spawn here, which is probably a little crazy. I probably shouldn't get rid of this access road. I'll probably regret it if I do. But it's not like we can get any other colors out of here anyway. So if we get something helpful down here, it's not really helpful. I think maybe I'm thinking too far ahead and it's stressing me out a little bit. I think we can just run this up and into there, and that's fine. Maybe even this. We're getting more, we are still getting white down here. It could be the case that we do actually end up getting enough housing down here that we can support both of these off of this population. I just didn't think it was very likely. Like, I just didn't see it happening, but if it does, I'm completely fine with that. I might even run this one tile farther down, just because the traffic isn't really messing with us right now. That green, what do we do about that green? Because we do kind of have white houses coming from both sides. I really want to prioritize some of the white traffic from this side, just because it is so much closer. The like local traffic is going to be helpful. But I also don't want to make things too crazy by doing, something like this and then doing 2 tunnels around here, because I feel like that's just so extra. This is nuts. Ugh. Okay, that blue isn't great. That blue is another case where it would have been great if there was literally 1 tile of space between these, but there's not, so I kind of just have to figure it out. What do I do to figure it out? That is the question. I genuinely don't know. We're at 700 trips. We're doing okay. I think we're doing better than we were on our last run, and that's, the best I can hope for at the moment. I think I'm just gonna do this for now. I really don't see another option. I don't see anything that's better. Oh, wait. Unlimited tunnels. We can do this. It's gonna be a little crazy, but we can do this and then run it through here, and then this road can go. That's bonkers. Okay, we're never getting any more gray population to this, though, is the problem with that solution. So we are gonna have to expect and be ready for this level 2 gray to start struggling really badly. Ay. Okay. I'm a little worried about that potentiality for the future, but right now I am really happy that we figured that out. This is doing okay, this is doing okay. This green population is getting pretty big. That white is fine. I think what I'm gonna do is just bite the bullet and say, okay, this little population here is gonna be enough for both of these, and I'm gonna send this white down here and say, okay, that's good. That means we can send these greens up into there. That blue is terrible. Wow. Yeah, that blue is especially awful. That is horrible. Wow, that is bad. That is downright horrendous. Wow. That is truly terrible. what do I even do about that? Can I do anything with that? Because the big problem here is I cannot connect to these three without intersecting with this blue. I just can't do it. I think it might be slightly better, maybe, if we do something like this where we go around the blue, but we're still going to have to intersect with it up here because this population needs to run down and into here somehow. And we can't go this way because that would just make things worse because we would have to go across this anyway. That is a truly terrible spawn. Out of all the places it could have spawned, there are a lot of places. Like, it could have spawned here. It could have spawned here. Okay, maybe there aren't that many places it could have spawned. We kind of have filled up the map. I think that might be the last business spawn we get if I block off like these three. Maybe even this one. Yeah. This is a truly horrendous spawn. Wow. All right, let's figure out a solution for this. I think we can just send these up into here. I don't think it'll be that bad, I hope. We'll just have to see, I suppose. Something like this. And then if this needs a little extra help, we can send it like another house or two, something like that. I'm gonna run this through here and just go ahead and get these greens into here potentially. Something like this. I'll just leave the road there for like infrastructure planning. That'll be fine. That is truly terrible. Wow. That's awful. I'm just in shock, honestly. More road tiles, thank goodness. Reading yellow here. That's not great. It's not terrible. It's just not great. Run this blue down. I don't really see a way to run this yellow anywhere useful now. It's kind of stuck here. That yellow's decent. This yellow. We can run it this way and then down and into here. We beat 1,000. We have passed our original score. Look at us go. There's another green. I do want more green population spawning down here. I'm completely fine with that. I'm very happy with that, actually. Gray population spawning here is completely unhelpful. But okay. Green here is also completely unhelpful. White here is okay. More green here is good. That's fine. I'm okay with that. This yellow started to tick up a little bit. It needs some extra population. This yellow is also starting to tick up a little bit. We're 1,200. That blue is okay, actually. We can send it down. This one you can send up. This one's gonna struggle, not because of a population or anything, at least not yet. It's gonna struggle because of distance. Our gray is also struggling because of population. This one, we knew that was coming. We just didn't really have a solution for it, so we kind of ignored the problem. Which, as everyone knows, of course, always makes your problems go away. So what do we do about this gray? Because if we don't address it now, it's just going to keep getting worse, and then we're probably just going to lose. What do we do about it? I think the best plan is probably to send some of these yellows into this yellow. It's a little bit of a long route, but it's certainly not the longest road that we have even on this run. It's not the longest road we've ever made. It's fine. But what do we do about this gray? Can we even get it more population? I mean, maybe. If we run this green this way, and then we run this green here, that clears up all of this space. And then we can potentially run a road up and into here. But that means we have to pull from this gray population, which also isn't great. It's not great. So what do we do? What do we do? We're 1200. I could just turn this gray down this way and hope that this is fine with that. And that would mean we could run these blues this way instead. And then that would get this gray 4 extra houses. Which means that everything we did for the yellows would be completely useless. And there was no reason for us to make any of those changes. I'm gonna leave this road in, this sort of weird janky road. Hope that we don't have to use it. We can do this gray if it's like necessary, but I really hope we don't have to pull from up here. We're still struggling for yellow a little bit here. I'm gonna do this. We might even have to do like this, which I really don't want to do. Something like this. Something like this would be better. We're getting grays over here as well, which is interesting. This blue is struggling. Why is this blue struggling? Oh, it's because I didn't connect it to the freaking thing. Disconnect that into there, connect that into there. Fix all of this so it's slightly more efficient. That can do that, that's fine. This gray seems to be doing okay. I might run it one tile up so we can still run these grays and around like this. Or this one gray up and around like that. This blue is calming down now. I suspect this blue will calm down now that we've got all of these things sorted out correctly. I suspect the same for this blue. If it doesn't, then, you know, we can take some extraordinary measures somewhere. We can run this one yellow up through here and into here. This isn't struggling very much, though. We really do need some more yellow population here. This is struggling because it's pulling from this population. So these houses are going all the way up through here, through this intersection, through this intersection, through this intersection, through all of this mess, down and into here, which is terrible, obviously. Can we do anything to make it better? Not really. This yellow is interesting, actually. I don't know if there's anything we can really do with it, but it's certainly interesting. That white is interesting, too. We do have 2 grays over here. We have 2 grays over here. This gray is not... This gray struggling is really not what I needed. I really needed it to not struggle. Where can we get more gray from that can reach this thing? We're at 1600. We did hit our goal. We hit our goal. This will not take multiple attempts. I'm very happy about that. We managed it. We managed it. Okay. We can do this. Run these greens up and into here. Yes, I am ignoring the glaring problem of our gray not having enough population because I have no idea how to fix it. What do we do? I mean, we can go back to running like these blues through here this way, but that's gonna put a lot of pressure on this blue population, like a lot of pressure, which is fine if we get more blue spawns up here. but I'm not certain we will. We could do something like this where we just throw a little crossroads in here. I'm a little worried with how that'll affect this white, which just is a little scary. That blue can go down here. I think I'm gonna just bite the bullet and do something like this so that we get more of our gray population down and into here. And that does mean we can run some kind of tunnel up and into here a ways to potentially get some of these grays into this level 2 a little bit better, so that hopefully it doesn't struggle too much from us taking some population from it. Because this level 1 should be fine. It should be more than fine, I would think. It is a little scary having this yellow connected because these grays may get pulled up here into this level 2 and starve out this level 1. That could be a potential problem. I don't know. We'll just connect everything for now and hope that this level 1 doesn't kill us. It should be fine, but we're gonna see all of these gray cars go and fix it, and then we're gonna disconnect everything. Hopefully that'll be okay. Something like this. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Replace that. And now we hope. This green is using all of its population, which is insane. I have no idea what to do about that. I think I can run this green into here, which is really bad because it's just a straight up T intersection, but oh well, it's just how it's gonna have to be. This gray is still struggling? What is happening? Look at all of this. Okay, it's calming down. It's calming down. We're okay. We're getting gray in here. This gray is beautiful. This is perfect. This is exactly what I need. I need like 10 more just like it, and that would be absolutely flawless. That would be wonderful. That would be amazing, in fact. Exactly what I said was going to happen, by the way. This gray is starving out this level 1. We're disconnecting this. This yellow is just going to have to survive without this one yellow house. We're at 1800. It might be the end. This white is starving. We have so much gray over here. We have so much gray and no way to get it over to here. We could do that, which is terrible, obviously. But we could do it and see how it goes. Something like this. This one's already getting used. We could do that. We could do that. We could do that. I mean, all of that gray will go somewhere. It might be somewhere terrible, but it'll go. This white leveled up at some point, and that is truly screwing us right now. I think it might be a population issue, which if it is a population issue, it could work out for us, actually, because we can just connect more houses to it and, you know, it'll work out and it'll be fine for us. I'm hoping that that is all that it is, and it doesn't need anything else because we have nothing else to give it. I mean, we can probably figure something out here, but it's a little scary. I don't even remember why this house is here. Oh, it's to go this one yellow up and into here. Wow, we truly are in a little bit of a mess right now. Let's get this white a little more population. That one's doing okay. If we, like, absolutely need it, we can do this, which is terrible, obviously. But I think this green is probably gonna kill us before anything crazy happens. This gray is, like, dying of population as well. We got this gray down here. That's actually fantastic. This is fantastic. I really need some more of this gray to spawn, because that would be excellent. I don't know. I don't know what to do. We've got all of these cars. All of these cars. All intersecting at this intersection, and it's truly screwing us over. Something like that and get as much... Oh my gosh. Is there any business that's not freaking out right now? These two aren't. We're okay. We're okay there. What is like struggling the most? I think it's this yellow, which is crazy. It's getting starved out by all of the other yellows that are connected. The only thing I can do is give it more population, which I don't think will help it because it's already got so much population. It's just getting starved out by all of the other yellows that need population. I can send these yellows through the mountain. Through the mountain. And into somewhere. But again, I don't think that will help anyone. I think it might even hurt them. I do something, I don't know, like that. That's horrendous. That is terrible. And it doesn't even go anywhere. Like that would have to be what we'd have to do, and that's, I don't know, maybe it'll work. They immediately get used. That's crazy. These grays are getting used. Oh my goodness. This is insanity. Okay. Yeah, this yellow got starved out by all of the other yellows that were connected to it. We got 2,100. That's decent. What did I say? 15 or 1,600 was my like goal for to make up for our like truly terrible score of like 900. Okay. Yeah. I genuinely don't know like if we could have done better there. Because this yellow never really had a population that was its population. We got a little unlucky with a lot of our business spawns, like this blue. This blue was truly awful. In a lot of cases, if our businesses had spawned even just one tile further apart, especially here in this middle where they're all clustered together, we would have had a little more space to maneuver some more populations in there, but yeah. At the end of the day, what happened was this yellow was starved out by this yellow, and that's pretty much all that can be said about it. And the traffic on this road probably didn't help either, but the thing that happened was it was starved out. Let's go ahead and see where we placed. Top 1%. Yes! The comeback of the century. 38th on our second attempt. Okay. I am top 1%. Let's freaking go. I'm so happy with that. I'm so going from we more than doubled our original score. That is absolutely perfect. Yeah, no, I'm 38th. I'm happy with that. I don't know about y'all, but I'm happy with that. Anyway, that was Cape Town's Tunnel Trouble Challenge. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please feel free to leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, whatever you're feeling, whatever makes me happy, whatever makes you happy. I encourage you to try this challenge if you haven't, because wow, that was difficult and very stressful at the end. I will see you in the next one. Bye.